What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 27 of Park to Prem here with Nottingham Forest. Today it is Europa League time. It is the second knockout round. I was about to say the first knockout round. No, it's definitely the second. Of course, we enter in at the second knockout round. So this is our first taster of kind of do or die football in Europe ever. I'm hoping we're going to do okay. We're taking on Inter Milan. Of course, if you saw yesterday's episode, you already know that. If you missed yesterday's episode, oh my, why are you here? What were you doing? Go back, watch yesterday's before you watch today's. But yes, it's an Inter team with some very, very good players. Of course, they've got players like Aouar in their midfield. They've got Eric Garcia as their captain. He's developed really blooming well in this specific save game. Obviously, Nuno Mendes at left back. He's not too shabby. Bodu up front. I mean, this is a team of pretty all-star players that Inter Milan have amassed. I will say their league form has been a little bit wobbly over the last couple of games, so maybe a chance for us to capitalise. I say all of that, we have not really been plain sailing. Of course, 2 games played since you were last here, only 1 win in these 2, and that actually came in the FA Cup 5th round as we beat Tottenham 3-1. A good little result this one. Wasn't all that long ago we were playing them in the league and beating them 2-1. In this game we got an early goal through Amlo, a big long throw forward. I feel like sometimes I forget that Amlo is just as tall and as big as he is. He won a ball up in the air, great little header for him. Samake then grabbed one back for us. Victor though, for them, scored to make it 2-1. A really nicely worked goal, to be fair, by Tottenham. They played some nice football in this game. However, late on in the game, Adrian Smith, the player who just yesterday I was saying he doesn't really score all that many, he popped up with a big goal, a really nice finish. That put the result beyond doubt. And well, unfortunately for us, we couldn't keep that form going into the Premier League, where we drew 1-1 against Burnley. Now, worth noting, I did rotate the team for this game. I ended up starting the likes of Marcelo, Samake got a start as well. In the end, 1-1. It's not a great result against Burnley. Let's be completely realistic here. We should be beating them. They're down in 16th. But you know what? I feel like I've almost accepted at this point. The title has got away from us, everyone. We're not going to win the Premier League this year. So really, it's all about securing a top 4 finish. As things stand, it looks like Wolves are going to be the big team breathing down our necks in the kind of remaining games here. They've actually played an extra game than us, and we're currently 5 points clear. With that in mind, at least right now, it looks fairly kind of stable, our league position. It looks like we should maintain a top 4 finish, of course. Things can change very quickly, and we have been slipping up a little more than I would like to admit. But anyway, going into today's game, it is all about focusing on this game versus Inter Milan. In terms of team selection, unfortunately for us, Seka, whilst he is back in training, he's nowhere near fit, everyone. He's recovering from that broken leg, probably going to be out for about another month, so yeah, not looking all that great for him. Of course, that long-term injury has hammered his physicals, which were always a little bit of a gap in his game. So that does leave me a little bit concerned, but it's good to have him back in training. And well, off the back of the Chelsea game, it feels only right to start Samake out on the left and Erk out on the right. They worked so well for us in that previous game. The rest of the team is the team that you would expect, of course. Tobias in goal. We've got Navio and Piotra playing at centre-back. Regina and Calafiori playing in the full-back areas. Smith, Ricketts, Asunsao in the midfield. And yeah, only really the final third where we've been mixing things up a little bit. Samake's been really good in Europe this year. He has got, as you can see here, 3 goals in the Europa League and 5 assists. Now, of course, some of that was kind of padded stats as a result of the group stage, but look, he's done well in Europe. He's done well in the last episode in the cup final. Deserves to start this game, in my opinion. And well, hopefully, with a semi-rested team, we're going to go into this match and get a good result away from home. Of course, away goals are a factor, and we will, if I haven't mentioned it, we will be doing the second leg in today's episode. It is a double header. The second leg, I think, is only 1 week away, so not a whole lot of time between the games. Looking at their team, it's a strong team. They've got Barrow in the team, Bastoni, Van der Voort. Their team is nuts, actually. I can't get over how good this Inter Milan team is. They look absolutely ridiculous. The fact they finished 3rd in their Champions League group is a bit of a weird one. And, well, they're going in Serie A very strong, despite that recent blip in form. They are, I think if they win their games in hand, going to go back to the top of the league. So a win here would be great. If we could hold them to a draw in the away leg, I'd be relatively content with that. That might be a bit controversial. Might sound like I'm lacking a little bit of ambition, but I don't know. Just the way the season's gone, I think if we can get a draw away from home, going at home, I'd feel pretty confident in us. Anyway, we've got a chance here. Calafiori, big throw forward, headed away by Garcia, but Samake picks up and bends it, and he almost squeezes it in. Unfortunately, he hits the crossbar and it goes over. That was one hell of an effort by the Frenchman. And well, early on in this game, we are dominating. They have had one shot, it wasn't on target. Granted, we've only had one shot on target ourselves, but the statistics, I was about to say the scores on the doors. No, the scores on the doors say it's 0-0. The statistics on the wickets, we're playing cricket now apparently, they say that we're playing better. And well, we've hit the woodwork again. It's Samaking the post. Twice in this game now we've been denied by the woodwork. It could be 2-0. It could be a very different tie. I mean, the overall quality of the chances hasn't been all that great for us, but... Oh, Samake. The aim, mate, is to get it in the back of the net, not to hit the post. Just in case you weren't aware. Going to tell the players I'm far from pleased. I feel like there is an away goal up for grabs here. And with that in mind, I want to stay on the front foot. You can see they're still playing this kind of 5 at the back system with 3 midfielders. It's a weird system. It's not one that we come up against very regularly in England. And you know what? I'm going to make some changes here. Samake, I gave you a chance. You hit the woodwork a load of times. Akamash, come on down. Elsewhere in the team, I'm going to take off Sun Sao for Mateus Fernandez. And I have got one last little sub in my back pocket. There's a small part of me that wants to take off Amlo. But I just feel like Finn, he's the kind of player who he has a bad game and his average rating, and his rating just isn't very good. And then suddenly he'll just pop up with a goal from absolutely nothing. So I'm going to keep blind faith in him as we approach quickly the last 10 minutes of the half, that he's going to be able to get something for us. Piotr wins the header. Can Akamash get to that? He can't quite. Maybe a chance here for Inter. They've not really had a highlight thus far in this game. In fact, I think this is the first highlight of the second half. Awar with the ball. Goes back to Daniel. If we could win possession here, we could hit them on the break, but they're moving the ball around really nicely. Unfortunately for us, Awar, Bodu, through on goal, should score it. How's that gone in? That was weird. I couldn't really see how that went in, but it trickled over the line. Did the keeper get a hand to it? And what happened here? We get a slightly different angle of the effort from this side. I think the keeper's got a hand to this. I think Toby's got a good hand to it. In fact, I think it's hit the defender. I'm not sure how it's over the line. It's in the back of the net. That was a weird finish, wasn't it? Right, I really want to go for a goal here. I think the away goal is almost more important than anything else. So let's make some changes. I've got one last sub in the back pocket. I'm going to bring in Marcelo on for Amlo. That might be a controversial decision, but it's the decision I'm going to go with. And additionally, I want us to... In fact, let's not play more direct, but let's just play a little bit quicker, please, lads. Try and get the ball forward faster. We've got 5 minutes to try and get something here. We've been the better team. Could we make something from a set piece? Not with a throw-in like that. Although, Calafiori, have another go, mate. Blocked. Ricketts hits it. It's blocked. It falls to... He's offside. Don't celebrate it. Stop it. Stop. I mean, Calafiori, he wants to have an impact on his return to Italy. Unfortunately, his role in that goal isn't going to be a role in that goal at all because it's been disallowed for offside. The shot here, oh, it's so close. It's so close. It ricochets off a ton of players too. We've dominated this game. We deserve something more. If they get another now, that is going to be a sucker punch. Awar to whip the ball in. There is a player unmarked at the edge of the kind of here. It's someone mark him. Bastoni. Why? I don't understand why no one's marked him there. I mean, I can see he's unmarked. And he's definitely marked in the set pieces. I mean, it's gone through Tobias too. It's 2-0 Inter. How have they managed that? That's just one of those games, isn't it? It's just one of those games where we kind of hit the woodwork twice. We've not taken our chances and they've scored 2 at the end. That's frustrating, isn't it? I feel like we don't have too many games like that where I feel like we get desperately unlucky. I feel like we usually get what we deserve. But in that game there, oh, that's a tough result to stomach, isn't it? That is a tough result to stomach. Oh, we've got to try and bounce back. that's not going to be easy. We'll play them in just a week's time. I'm probably going to end up playing a rotated team against Watford. It's worth noting that in the FA Cup quarter-final, we've been drawn against Bristol City, who play in the Championship, so that should hopefully be an easy game there. Of course, there's no such thing as an easy game, but it should be an easy game there. But I don't know, Calafiori against his former club, not a happy return in his first game, I guess in the San Siro. It might be at the Inter's new ground, actually, now I think about it. It's at the Giuseppe Meazza. Is that a new stadium? Or is that just a weird name given to San Siro in Football Manager? They are moving. It is a weird name given the San Siro. Am I right in thinking that one of the Milan teams are moving into a new ground? I feel like answers on a postcard if you happen to know. Either way, that is a kick to the gonads, that result. Let's go and try and bounce back. We've got a mountain to climb, no away goals. We're going to be welcoming Inter to the City ground. Let's go see if we can get a result, shall we? Okay, guys, we are back here for game number 2, and we welcome Inter Milan to Nottingham. It's a drizzly evening at the City ground, and well, hopefully, we're going to turn around, which something that on the face of it feels like a bit of an unassailable lead. For them to win 2-0 at home, for us not to get an away goal does really, I don't know, it sets the bar pretty high here. If Inter Milan get 1, suddenly we need to get 4. And well, given our recent defensive record, I would not back us to get a clean sheet in this game. So with that in mind, I'm going into this match with the mindset of we're probably going to need to score 4. So as a result, we are going to be playing the 4-2-3-1 from the beginning. Personnel-wise, it's what I think is my best 11 most of the time. Well, at least with the current squad that we've got. That does mean that Akamash is going to come into the team and Samake is going to go down onto the bench. All in all, though, it's a team that comes into this game relatively well rested off the back of the midweek game against Watford. I say midweek game. It was on a Sunday. Technically, today is the midweek game, but it was the Watford game came in the middle of the week between the 2 Inter games. That's what I'm trying to say. We lost it. Well, no, we didn't lose it. We drew 1-1, which is a familiar result. Akamash got a goal for us. They pegged one back. I mean, we took the lead in a game, I guess. I will say that with that draw, we do fall now down into 4th, albeit with a game in hand. So, whilst I was talking about that nice gap to Wolverhampton Wanderers, we can't afford to draw too many like we have done as of late, because very, very quickly, that lead that we have is going to get eaten away. Anyway, let's get into this game against Inter Milan, shall we? It is at the City ground, as already said. Besides Seka being out, it's almost a full strength 11, I think. I'm going to go with Navio and Piotra at centre-back, Calafiori and Regina at left-back and right-back. Asunsao is going to move into that deep-line playmaker role, Erk on the left, Akamash on the right. Amlo has been a little hit and miss as of late, and that might seem a bit harsh, but 6.5 against Watford, 6.3 against Inter. I mean, and then a 6.8 as well against West Ham. Kind of 2 standout performances drag up that average rating a little bit. Hopefully today he's going to put in a better performance for us. And well, hopefully today we can make a game of it. I feel like, I don't know, I don't have much in the way of expectations. Let's be real. Like the first leg result was so disappointing. I listened back to my commentary, and it's very rare that I sound just not even sad or salty, just a bit annoyed with the game, I feel like. But it was one of those matches, wasn't it? And it's 2-0. It's not impossible to come back from. We have to put in one of our best performances of the season today. Let's see what we can do. We're at home for it. It should give us some confidence. They are sticking with their 5-3-2 as well. Bodu and Isaac up top for them. It's a very good team. I feel like I've said that a lot, but this Inter Milan team, it's just like a Wonderkid 11, everyone. It's just not really fair. They've got Wonderkids coming out their ears. But anyway, let's see how we get on. I digress. Then we've got to get into this game and try and get an early goal if we can to settle the nerves and actually score this game. That's a minimum expectation after the first leg, is that we actually score in one of these 2 fixtures. I mean, early signs, relatively good, but I've got a bit of deja vu. I feel like we've been here before, having lots of shots, but not really any highlights. As well, Inter in possession as we have the first highlight of the game just before the half-an-hour mark. It's going to be Isaac with it, bringing it down the right-hand side. I never know if it's Isaac or Isaac. I feel like I should know this, and I just don't, everyone. So answers on a postcard, if you happen to know. As Smith brings it forward for us. He's skipping past everyone. Go on, Smith. He hits it. It's nearly gone out for a throw-in. Of all the highlights that you can see in Football Manager, those are the ones where you kind of just roll your eyes and go, Did I really need to see that? Did you really need to give me any kind of shred of hope of it going in? Anyway, they've got a set piece here, flicked on all the way forward, actually, to Isak, who got a second head on it. I will say Toby collected it well. It's going to roll it back to Navio. We build from the back. I thought that might have been the highlight, but alas, it was not. And we're now on the offensive, although we can't afford to give away the ball in those kind of areas. That was a bit risky. Now with Erk, he's slide tackle, but the ball still at his feet. Can he get it into the box? Not really anyone to pick out. It's cleared away to Awar. He has a good passing range on him, doesn't he, Awar? He's the kind of person who's going to pick out these passes from deep, and he does so to Bodou. Tight angle, put wide of the mark, fortunately for us. Of course, if they score that, we need 4 goals. And given how the first 40 minutes this game's gone, I would not be betting on us to score 4. But we keep the clean sheet intact, and we're straight into another highlight. It's Adrian Smith with it, bringing it forward. Please don't shoot again, Adrian. I mean, he's getting closer. In about 2 long shots' time, he will be hitting the target, everyone. Anyway, we've got a chance here. Calafiori, big throw forward. Does not even beat Garcia, but cleared away only as far as Peter Shak, who has the ball at his feet. Inside to Ricketts, who hits it from range. And Owen Ricketts, a name I don't feel like I utter nearly enough. £32 million we spent on him, remember? I don't know if he's quite justified £32 million, but as part of our midfield duo with Smith, they kind of just get stuff done. And while he scores from range here, I don't know if the keeper could have done a bit better. It's not right into the corner, but we will take it. Awar, he shrugs his shoulders. He stares at his keeper thinking, you should have that, son. He hasn't had it. And at half-time, it looks like it's going to be 1-0 to Forest. And we have hope, everyone. We have hope. I'm pleased with how the performance is going, lads. Keep it going. Of course, if it finishes 2-0, we go to extra time. I actually don't know what happens with away goals after extra time. I think they still count all the way to the shootout, which I've never really been a fan of. Either way, we're going to score 2 more. It's going to be fine. Regina with it, the right back, bringing the ball forward on a booking, needs to be well behaved. Ricketts, the goal scorer, to Calafiori against his former club, the left back. Options in the middle. Tries to get in. It's blocked back to Smith, though, who shoots, and his shot is blocked too. Golden opportunities for us. Unfortunately, squandered. Blocked away repeatedly. Now with Bodou. Regina, that is a risky tackle to make on a yellow card, my friend. Isaac, I don't like this. Can we get more people in front of it? Can we block the remaining efforts? Bodou tries to dink it forward. Calafiori, right, relax. We've got an hour gone here. There is time left. We've been dominant to the point where I almost don't want to go more attacking because I feel like with time we will get a goal. I'm going to bring in Samake anyway. Asun Sal's been a little quiet in today's game, so I'm going to bring in Dr. Medj, I think, to play deep line playmaker. 17 passing, great vision, great balance. Dr. Medj, to be fair, is a very, very good deep line playmaker. More so on support than on defend, but he's going to have to come in and do a job on defend for us here. Amlo's not putting a good game. Do I want to keep the faith in him? I think I have to. We've dominated this game so much that I don't really want to go more attacking and risk conceding because the way things are going, I'd like to believe we'll get a goal if we just stick at it. That said, the time is continuing just to reel away from us. And I think it is now time to push the tempo up a little bit, hit some earlier crosses. I probably need to change some player roles as well, to be honest. Let's do that. I mean, 7 minutes, everyone. 7 blooming minutes. It's not enough time. We've been here before. I've got one last sub. Smith at centre attacking mid's been pretty quiet today. I'm going to bring in Marcelo, who's been on a goal-scoring drought, according to the media. I will say it's a little unfair on him because he's constantly coming on off the bench and they count that as like a match that he's not scored in. But we need a goal. And now we've got Regina out injured and I don't have any subs. Oh no, I think it's a disaster. We need a goal to take it to extra time, but we are down a man. Unless there is a sub. There is no sub. I mean, why try it, Jack? Why try it? Right, Navio, get in the middle. Calafiori, centre back. I mean, it's not great, is it, as far as situations to be in? I think Marcelo will stick up forward as another body in the final third at this point. I mean, we've just got to, haven't we? We've just got to try and focus play down the middle. In transition, get it over the defence, kick it long, just get it forward. I mean, a mountain to climb, and there's 6 minutes of added time. Is anything going to happen? No, nothing is going to happen. Oh, it's such a disappointing way to bow out of Europe, because over 2 legs, I think we've been the better team in both legs, and we've ended up losing 2-1. We kept the clean sheet that we needed, but we just couldn't get that goal. Oh, that's a disappointing end to our first season in Europe. We were so unfortunate to get drawn against Inter Milan of all teams. You can see Monaco Leipzig also playing, Liverpool beating Sampdoria 6-2. Of course, that's a Liverpool team behind us in the league. Why couldn't we have taken on Sampdoria? Anyway, the good news is, if there is any good news, Regina's not out for a long time, everyone, and apparently Erk is continuing to improve a lot. So let's look at the positives. We've got a young squad. It's disappointing to bow out of Europe in that manner, but we will go again next year. And hopefully next year we will be going again in the Champions League. That has got to be the aim at this point. Anyway, looking further forward to the rest of the season, of course, we are in the FA Cup where we've got Bristol City Championship opposition. Realistically, the FA Cup may now be the thing to keep a focus on, whilst, of course, trying to cement our top 4 credentials in the Premier League. Right now, we've got a little bit of a cushion. We're in a pretty good spot, but with some tough games on the horizon, it's not done by any means. We've still got Liverpool to play, who are in 6th, and our final few games of the year where we have Arsenal, United, and then West Brom, who we really should beat. Like, it's not a give me by any means, and we've got Man City to play, who are currently in 2nd. So lots of tough games, but with the league, I think, taking kind of not a priority at this point, I think we will come back hopefully for what will be an FA Cup semi-final. We should beat Bristol City. They're down in the Championship. They're in 7th. If we don't beat them, then it's going to be a really depressing end to the season, which I don't want after a cup-winning season, but it's just one of those things, isn't it? You can go from one episode being in everything to in the next episode just everything's gone wrong and everything's on fire, and it's just a general disaster. But anyway, that's enough rambling from me today. I'm going to go and wipe away my tears. A disappointing end to our campaign in Europe, although Inter Milan are very, very good, everyone, as I've been saying repeatedly throughout. I hope that we can learn from that. I hope that our players can develop from that. We've got a bright future ahead of us. I'm not going into panic overdrive just yet. And, well, hopefully next time I'll be joining you as we have our eyes fixated on some more silverware. Anyway, thank you for watching as always. If you got to the end of the video, make sure to drop a like on it. And other than that, it is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.